The sergeant will tell you what you do not know. Go back to school and learn the law, love.
In today's episode, a photographer is calmly filming on a public footpath outside a local station, doing nothing unlawful. However, an officer approaches and demands his details, wrongly insisting he needs authorization to film in public. When asked a simple legal question about whether he is required to provide ID, she refuses to answer. Moments later, a sergeant arrives and quickly diffuses the situation, delivering a clear reality check that completely shifts the encounter. Let's get into it.
Flying a kite. Flying a kite.
Right, what are you doing? Why are you
Checking pictures, just of the marked vehicles.
Why?
It's just like a thing I've got, photography and that. It's like what I do.
Have you got the police station?
Permission?
Yeah.
I don't need permission.
You need permission to take pictures of the police station. Yes, you do.
I don't.
You do, I'm telling you, you do.
I don't.
What's the reason you're taking the registration
Well,
plates down, Blue?
I'm not taking registration plates down.
You're boarding it, aren't you?
I'm just doing a documentary for like YouTube and stuff.
Okay. What's your name, fella?
I don't give out my details, mate.
Well, then you don't take pictures at a police station.
I do. I'm allowed to. It's perfectly lawful.
No, it's not.
What law's it against?
Because we need to know why you're taking pictures of police
What
station.
offence is it?
Security risk.
What offence is it though?
It's a security
You said
risk.
I'm not allowed. What offence is it?
Listen to what I'm saying.
All right.
It's a security risk.
But that's not
You're
against the
outside a
law.
police station taking pictures. We need to verify you and know who you are.
She immediately decides there's a problem before even engaging properly. No questions, no curiosity, just a demand to verify him, despite him standing lawfully in a public space. It comes across as a clear power move rather than a lawful necessity, and a fundamental misstep in policing. Back in 2010, Home Office guidance made it clear across England and Wales that officers cannot demand ID simply because someone is filming in public, a rule that still stands today. So that leaves only two possibilities. Either the officer is unaware of basic procedure, or she's choosing to ignore it. Either way, it's not a good look.
You don't need to verify me at all.
What I'm saying, and we're not being quite clear.
Excuse me, do you know the law?
Obviously, I know the law.
Obviously you don't, the way you're carrying on. You seriously saying that I have to give me details, I have to tell you what I'm doing. No, I don't.
It's a police station and it's a security risk.
Would you like to see some documentation saying that I do not have to give my details? I don't have to give it. Excuse me, could you honour your oath and tell the truth? Do I have to give my identification? I'll tell you if you answer that question. I'm not trying to be awkward, I'm trying to do things right.
Trying to be awkward.
You were trying to be awkward. Right, do I have to give my details?
What right thing are you doing?
Pardon?
What right thing are you doing?
I'm doing some pictures and footage for a documentary I'm doing on YouTube. A documentary on the police. Obviously.
Why do you need the registration to mark vehicles?
Who said I was getting registrations? I was taking pictures. Yeah, I'm not getting registrations, am I?
You'll be able to see them in there. So
You'd be able to see them on dash cams. You'd be able to see them on Google Maps.
Right, but I'm asking
so what you on about?
Stand outside the police station and taking pictures.
Because if I want footage for a police documentary, I don't need permission.
Notice she never supports her position with any law or legal section, instead becoming defensive, which often suggests uncertainty. When officers have clear authority, they cite it directly. When they don't, it shows. Historically, Section 44 of the Terrorism Act once allowed stop and search without reasonable suspicion, but it was struck down after Gillen and Quinton v UK for breaching Article 8 rights. That power no longer exists, so relying on outdated authority today doesn't stand up.
Do I?
Pictures outside the police station.
Right, we're gonna find your sergeant and find out why you think I need permission. Yes, it is. He will educate you. He will educate because I'm allowed to. Because I'm lawfully allowed to.
How do I know that? I don't know who you are.
Exactly, you don't know the law. You should know that. You should know I'm lawfully allowed to take. You don't need to know who I am.
If you're lawfully allowed.
You do not need to know who I am.
Right.
What's up? The sergeant coming down, is he? So I'm not allowed to take pictures of police cars without permission. I'll film you if I want to, that's another lawful right I've got.
Right, Sergeant.
I'm filming you being a fool.
Sergeant comes down.
Sergeant comes down. The sergeant will tell you what you do not know. Go back to school and learn the...
Now the photographer is understandably getting frustrated, and rightly so. He's being challenged over an alleged offense that doesn't actually exist. In reality, It's the officer who appears to be overstepping her legal boundaries, failing to align with PACE Code A on stop and search and proper procedure for stop and account. Yet, in her view, he is the one being uncooperative. It becomes a complete reversal of the situation, where lawful behavior is treated as the problem.
You need to go back to school. They don't teach you law in school.
Law school, have you ever heard of that, smarty pants?
Teach you law in university.
We'll go back to university. Obviously you didn't go. You should be flipping burgers in McDonald's. No, I won't. What's your problem? Why are you giving me a hard time about filming the police station and taking pictures? Seriously? Are you like on your period or what? Eh? People like to see pictures of police cars and police stations. It's a documentary. What law am I breaking, sir? Can I get your collar number and your name? What's your name, sir?
That's fine, can I?
It's your policy to give me your name.
No, I don't want to do it now.
So go on, what's your collar number and your name, please?
And
And your
You
name?
only need my call number.
I don't. It's your policy, collar number, station you're based at, and your name. What's your name, please?
You know, 422.
And your name?
Need to get that.
What station are you based at?
Don't need to get that either.
Yes, you do. You'll be retrained and you'll find that out. Are you recording at the moment?
I am.
Yeah.
Watch closely. When asked for details, the male officer only gives a shoulder number and nothing else. No name or station. It feels like minimal compliance, providing just enough to meet requirements while avoiding full transparency, which can make accountability harder and the interaction more obstructive from the public's perspective.
It's your policy to give your name, your number and your station.
What policy is that?
Your code of practice, pal. Look it up sometime. I'll ask you nicely, can I please just go about my business?
Yes, there's no offence. He's allowed to film, please.
I know, that's all I want to do. I don't want to fall out with anyone over it. I just want to take some pictures.
I'm
I'll be on my way.
Okay.
Alright, I'm just saying, he needs to understand.
He's then pulled aside by a colleague for a brief one-to-one, and the shift is immediate. It becomes clear that the situation isn't supported. The officer is essentially being reminded of the basic principles of the job, including that the photographer is acting entirely within their rights and no authorization is required. What follows is less a legal debate and more a straightforward reality check. While one officer was escalating the encounter, another appears to recognize the situation differently. As the discussion ends, the approach changes, not through confrontation or apology, but because the position can no longer be sustained.
Do you feel a bit silly now? Do you feel a bit daft? Check out YouTube tonight, or even tomorrow. Hey, you will do. You want to see this? Read the comments, Chuck. Read the comments. I know it is embarrassing. You'll never be so embarrassed in your life.
As he walks away, he tells her she'll never be so embarrassed in your life, and the moment captures how quickly the situation has collapsed. What started as a demand for ID and alleged authority falls apart under scrutiny, revealing no legal basis for the claims made. A sergeant's involvement effectively confirms the encounter was mishandled, turning what was presented as enforcement into a clear breakdown of procedure and understanding of the law.
I know the law to a T, so tread carefully, pal. To a T. Better than most police people. If I'm not being detained, I'm going to go. Am I being detained? Am I being detained? Right, see you later, PC Muppet. Thank you, sir, you've been reasonable. Can you teach him how it's done? Idiot. See you later, PC moron. Keep an eye out for yourself.
To be clear, filming in public is generally lawful, including stations, vehicles, and officers on duty, and you don't need to justify your reason for recording. You're not required to show ID unless specific legal situations apply, like arrest or driving offenses. Officers are expected to identify themselves when appropriate, and claims that you need permission to film in public have no legal basis.